Hi everyone, Chris Natzke here with Black Belt Leadership Speaking and Coaching with your Mind of a Champion tip of the week. You know, we've often heard the phrase, perception is reality. And I'm always just amazed on how slight changes in perception can be life-changing for us in our lives. You know, several years ago, I found myself in a situation I never dreamed of. After a 26-year relationship, I found myself divorced and acting in the role as a single dad, while my former spouse moved away to another state. And not just another state, but like 3,000 miles away from Denver, moving to Hawaii. So I found myself single parenting our 13-year-old son, Jason. Now I need to say this, is that was one of the more special times of my life as I look back at it now, because Jason was just an amazing young man and still is. However, during that time, I really had some difficulty because now all of a sudden I was the one responsible for all of the caretaking for him. You know, I had to take him to school in the morning. I had to pick him up. I had to drive him to work. I had to take him to friends' houses. I had to take him on his first dates. And so what ended up happening is I found myself really frustrated with constantly playing this role of chauffeur. And I have to say, it was a big life change for me too. So, you know, it wasn't easy to get me overwhelmed. And one day I was sitting in my car in the driveway of the high school, and I was in a bad mood because once again, I had to cut an appointment short probably, or cut work short in order to pick him up from school. And I was on the phone with my good friend Tom, and I was just complaining. I said, I feel like a chauffeur. I have to take him to school. I've got to pick Jason up. I have to take him to his friend's house. I got to do this, do that. And I was having a real pity party. And there was silence on the other end of the phone. And then my friend said, as all good friends would, said, "Hey, Chris, I want you to understand something. You don't have to take him to school. You get to take him to school. You don't have to take him to school. You get to take him to school." And you know, for a moment there, I was agitated because I wasn't having someone play along with my pity party, but then it started to sink in. And I realized, wow, he's absolutely right. I mean, the other alternative would be to have Jason 3,000 miles away living with his mom, and I'd hardly ever see him. And in a couple of years, he'll probably have his driver's license. And then after that, he'll be going off to college. And these are probably the moments I'm going to be missing. And I realized that, and I was thinking about this today, on how these slight changes in our perceptions can just be life-changing for us. You know, like, you don't have to go on a diet. You get to eat healthy food that nourishes your body. We don't have to exercise. We get to move our bodies in really awesome ways. We don't have to go to work. We get to do jobs that challenge us and also pay us for our efforts. And if we don't like them, we get to change them. So this week, what I'd really like you to do is consider this. Where maybe are you having some difficulties feeling like you're in have-tos and you can change them to get-tos? Because I really understand that in my own life, that was life-changing. I think when we're really looking at ourselves objectively and really stepping into the leaders that we were meant to be, that's a great life lesson that we all understand as well. So there you have it, my friends. Thanks so much for tuning in to this week's installment. As always, if you gained something from it, if you liked it, please comment, please share. And, and also if you have other ideas that you'd like me to share in these weekly notes, I'm always open to that as well. So thanks so much for viewing. Really appreciate all your support, all your comments. And this has been Chris Natzke with Black Belt Leadership Speaking and Coaching. And we'll see you next time on the Mind of a Champion Tip of the Week.